Probably do that to
I
start.
clicked it.
Yay! Clicked it.
And it's live.
Did things happen? Oh wow! Awesome.
No, I'm not streaming
So-
it, don't worry.
So, last time things happened.
Oh, yeah, a few things happened. We went shopping. You did a
Yes.
lot of shopping.
You certainly did. You were also informed that the prince is going to hold a feast for you guys in Vaskyr when you arrive. However, you won't be leaving yet. You guys still have like an extra day, because one of the guys is still sort of recovering and resting.
Oh yeah, the ball guy.
Yeah, the ball guy.
The actual ball guy.
Not the fake.
Yes.
Not those fake bald guys that you see. Am I right, Kay?
Man, I hate bald guy posers. Not a real bald guy.
All those fake bald guys. You know what I'm talking about, Kay.
Just doing it for
You know
attention.
those-
Yeah. Those fake bald guys.
Do you mean Dave?
No, Dave is
You
not.
wouldn't know Dave. Dave is Kay's mom's boyfriend. He's a really nice guy, but he's bald.
He's not, he
Oh,
shaves
that's a
his
problem.
head.
A fake bald
All
guy.
those fake bald guys.
I'm grateful that he doesn't watch those videos.
I know. It's like Dave, if you're watching this, I actually do love you. You're a really cool dude and you treat Kay's mom really nice, so
Just give him the big shout out of "I love you."
no, he is a pretty cool dude though.
He is.
What exactly
So-
were we doing?
You guys are currently in Syria,
hmm
and you guys were shopping and outfitting yourselves. Bless you. Getting ready for. I could do that in this game. I'm God.
We got
You're sort of outfitting yourselves and sort of preparing for the trip up north to Vaskyr into the cold. Yeah, you've got all your winter gear, or in some cases, any winter gear that's the bare minimum necessity. And you're getting ready to ship off, but you guys still, it's only probably about just after midday, early afternoon, so you still have all of tomorrow, and then the following morning is when you'll be leaving. You get to pretty much the monastery by night.
Right. So you get a day off to do whatever.
Indeed.
Uh-huh.
Nice. Okay. So we were shopping and we returned to the guild, right? We were staying at the guild.
The barracks?
Yes, the barracks and the Sigil Shield Guild, which is basically the guard force for the city.
Yeah. Okay.
Fighters and paladins and the like.
And did we go to bed actually?
No, we just
Yes,
stayed up the whole
I feel like-
night.
Oh
like
yes,
we
that's right.
did.
You guys, yes, you did. It was the end of the first day. My
It was the end
mistake.
of the day,
Because
and we went to bed, and Gunther went off to like do his freaky
do his weird, freaky
hentai
ritual. Yes,
rituals.
Yes.
where he banished the soul that was in the ring. That poor random
poor-
soul.
I mean, they never
Random
talked to me,
What-
so...
What did it ever do
What-
to you?
Yeah, what if it was actually like a really pure soul and it was just like, please free
Like
me,
a
and then
really,
you killed
really
it.
nice guy. It was like an orphan child, Kay. You've killed an orphan child.
Well, I mean, if it was a big deal to them, they would have known that I was about to do that and tell me not to do it, but they never did.
I
Who
vote. I
told you
vote.
not
I,
to?
I vote. I vote. We make Gunther's alignment neutral evil.
No.
I mean, when he pulled back in like fucking reprieve, I wouldn't, I'm not opposed to it.
Anyway.
No, it was entirely me. I did a thing. It was a bad.
It was a very bad.
So,
I want to ask a question, by the way.
mhm.
Does
Yep.
my root bonding thing work like only with weapons, or can I do it with like, for example, a shield?
Oh, you can do it with a shield as well. Yes.
Nice to know.
Yes. So you guys are in Seria right now. It is the morning on the second day. You still have this whole day before everyone's getting ready to head off to the monastery. Since it's the journey from Seria up the coast to the monastery is mostly just walking along sort of the beachfront. It's not so it won't take so long to get there, and you won't really encounter much. Up to the monastery from Seria is a pretty safe journey. The worst thing you might run into is a group of bandits, but as of late, there haven't been any issues with that. So
We can take those on regardless.
yeah,
Is there money involved?
Oh my
No.
god.
No, they steal. You know what they do, okay? You know what those thieves steal? They steal fucking, like, socks. They're sock thieves.
I mean, I can sell socks. I can make money off socks.
Oh my god.
I mean, do you want to take up a skill in crocheting?
I mean, it wouldn't be a bad
Why not?
pastime.
It is a
He
thing.
can
you can
crochet
do.
his own blankets instead of stealing them from people.
Kay just abandons the whole, like, I'm gonna try train as a bard, and I'm gonna learn how to fucking crochet.
Never.
Gunther, the grandma rogue.
Oh my god.
He would
No
too.
one can make fun of, like,
Oh.
Faye anymore.
No. Mm-mm.
Gunther over there is old kid.
How do you do, fellow
Like,
kids?
fucking... His fucking, like, Benjamin Button.
God damn it. Okay.
So what would you guys like to do with this day?
Good question.
It is a free day, and we already did some shopping, and I don't feel like shopping again.
We were kind of in a hurry because we thought we had like very little time to prepare, and now we're like, what do we do now?
I know.
He came and told you guys like after you'd all gotten ready, like, hey, about tomorrow.
Like, oh, this would have been good information to know,
Thanks,
like,
Clovis.
oh, shit. You're
He
grounded!
tries. He tries. He's giving you a feast though, so I mean,
I
you know.
mean,
Yeah.
true.
Can't complain if there's
Well.
food.
Can we go? Is there a Starbucks nearby?
At the indie Starbucks.
Can there be
Yeah, is there a
Yeah.
D&D Starbucks?
Starbucks.
Yeah, there's a Faultus Bucks around the corner.
Oh, okay, good. Let's go get some. I really could go for a mocha frappuccino right now.
Amazing.
So
Drizzled with the blood of my enemies.
the best glazing.
Hmm.
So
10
you
out of 10.
guys head over to the tavern. Is that where you're going?
I mean, is that what everyone
Again?
wants to do? We're gonna get Starbucks.
Get Starbucks, you guys.
What is that?
Same. It's him washing his clothes like a good Mormon on the rack in the bucket.
Hmm.
I don't know. So
If anything, it'd be a good day for me to practice.
Oh god.
in front of everyone.
I think the call's kind of like fading out, guys.
The call's fading out.
You guys hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
we
can
can-
hear you.
Okay, because
Uh-oh.
I don't know. I think that. Hold on.
Oh, well, rip.
Oh, okay.
Are we back?
Yeah, because for some reason I was like, I have no idea what you guys were talking about, and then it was like cutting out. I was
Oh.
like, shit.
Oh, no.
Ribbidi-bee.
Anyways, it seems like I got everything back, so.
Yes. So, what would you guys like to do with this this day?
I mean, if we're not going anywhere, I could just practice with my loot.
Oh my
Okay.
goodness.
Well, I'm probably gonna take some time to do the rune bunding ritual on my new shield, because that seems like a good
Okay.
idea.
Yeah, it probably would be. Yeah.
Just trying to think what I could do during my time. You know what would probably be a good idea is sort of like training Moro a little bit more for combat, because he seems like he's kind of lacking in that department.
He's a good boy, though.
He's a good boy, but he's kind of like just on standby right now.
He hangs around with you guys, but he doesn't do a whole lot.
Yeah, so we probably should
You can
kind
also
of train
watch
him up.
Diana do a freaky ritual as well, because apparently that's what we do now.
We just like fucking do hentai rituals. Just fucking the episode where fucking Faye and Diana like summon a tentacle monster.
And
My
Gunther bails
favorite.
out.
18 plus D&D.
Perfect for a Christmas special.
It's the true meaning of Christmas, guys. It's a Christmas miracle.
Are you saying that Bible Black is a
Oh.
Christmas movie?
Tentacle.
Yeah,
No.
it totally is for sure. It's the true meaning of Christmas. You didn't see that
This is how
while
Faye
watching
loses
it?
her virginity, finally.
Oh, wait.
Wait, what?
And the panic sets in.
This is how Faye finally loses her virginity.
Yes. Yes, it is. Why is everyone so obsessed with Faye's virginity? Are you a virgin, Die?
She's 19, probably.
Right, so what do?
Yes, would do indeed. So Gunther, you were going to practice your loot skills?
Yep.
Alrighty. Anywhere in particular you were going to do that, or just somewhere secluded where you can just practice away?
I just for fun, I'll do it in the tavern.
Alrighty. I
Just
will
fucking-
At least if I
get
do,
you to roll.
if I do actually well, at least people are gonna hear it.
Yeah.
If I do,
But
awful,
also, on the other hand,
if I
if
do
you do
awful,
bad-
people
really
will hear
awful, people are going to hear it, yeah.
and probably be
But
mad at me.
yeah, give us a performance check.
Oh boy.
I mean,
Oh, okay.
whenever I
Nailed
perform, I roll well for some reason.
Wow.
Oh shit! Where did Nick go?
Yeah, that was I went to click the chat bubble and accidentally clicked one of my tabs that's up there.
Oh no.
I have like bookmarks across the top, but it's all
I
good.
thought you lost your connection or something when I saw your icon disappear.
Nah.
Oh no.
I'm here. Alright, so yeah, you begin practicing in the tavern, playing over the song that your bardic mentor has taught you, and you guys practice together, Dan and Windmere. And yeah, people seem to rather enjoy it. People are sort of bobbing their heads in their seats, and a couple of them that were just discussing stuff sort of turn toward you and just kind of focus their attention more so on the music. And yeah, it appears to go pretty well.
Nice.
Yes. A couple of them walk over and offer gold, like they think that you're busking.
Oh, nice. So, well, I gratefully accept.
Alrighty. So you can add 3 pieces of gold to your inventory.
Done. I was ready. I was like, I'm sure
So,
I'm fit or something.
So you're sort of practicing away with your loot. What does everyone else want to do?
I think I'm gonna go to the library and just study more on magic.
Alrighty. So you head over to one of the libraries here in town, and well, one of them's a library, one of them's more of like a bookshop, and you head in there and start looking for all of their magical tomes and things of that nature. Is there anything in particular you were looking for?
Nothing really. She's just like, you know, just looking to learn more.
Alrighty. So you look over some of the books there and start to study up on sort of the history of different magics, tales from different wizards, sorcerers, stories of different warlocks and their deals with patrons and that kind of thing.
Right.
Yep. All right. And what would Di like to do?
Did you say something?
Yeah. What would Di like to do?
Oh, I'm sorry. It's the audio is a bit.
Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just going to like take some time to do the little rune bonding ritual to my shield.
Alrighty. So you find a nice secluded place to perform this ritual and bond the shield to you through your magic ritual there. Let me quickly find all the details on that real quick.
Yeah, it's on my
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, so you etch these runes into your weapon with magic. Sorry, into the shield with magic, and so now that you've got that in there and it's bonded to you, you cannot be disarmed of this shield. Like it's bonded to you, and also you can summon it to your arm as a bonus action. It'll teleport instantly to you if it's not ready.
That's actually really cool.
Yeah.
Good idea.
And if you decide to smack people with the shield, you get a +1 to your damage on it. And to your attack roll.
Okay.
Yeah. So if someone's coming at you from like your left side, you can just like hold your shield up and smack them in the face with it and do a little bit of damage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, however, this will mean if you're using your longsword and your shield, you can't wield the longsword in two hands and use it as a versatile weapon. So you can't use the D10 of damage. It'll have to be a D8 for the longsword.
I'd have to drop the like if I wanted to do that, I have to drop the shield, right?
Yeah, as like a bonus action, you can drop the shield. Because it is, the way the shield works is like on the other side of it, there's a bar that you hold in your hand, and there's also a strap over your forearm. Kind of holds it securely in place. So you would have to sort of undo the strap and drop it. So that would probably take a little bit of a bonus action if you do it quick.
Okay.
But yeah, it is bonded to you.
Nice.
Yes. So, that's out of the way. Faye, what would you like to do with your spare time?
I think, like I said, I think I'm gonna take Moro out and start kind of training him a bit.
Alrighty. Training him in what exactly?
Just like in combat, maybe take him out to go hunting, so that way he kind of learns how to be, like how to, yeah.
How to be handy in fights and such.
Yep.
Okay. So, you know that there are a couple of options for this. You could take him out and go hunting with him, or you could take him to where the guard barracks, that guild is. Out the back, they have a trading ground with training dummies and stuff, and you could probably train him on those.
Yeah, let's do that, because I think the nearest forest would probably be probably Greenwoods, wouldn't it? No,
Either
actually,
that or this one over here. Yeah.
yeah,
The
and
Evergreen Mountain.
that's kind of a bit of like out of the way.
It's like
Might as well.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So you head over to the behind the guardhouse, the training ground they have there, and there are a couple of soldiers sort of working on the some of the wooden dummies. There are also a couple of the dummies there that have more of a. They're made of like a couple of sticks and then sort of hay and cloth around them.
Mhm.
Those would probably be a little better for him to train on, like simulate skin a bit better and also won't rip out his teeth when he tries to bite on them.
Mhm.
Whereas the solid wood ones would probably do that. Also
Yeah.
leave him with a mouthful of bark, which he probably doesn't want.
Yeah.
So, yeah. You give him commands like sick, attack, get him. And for a little while, he doesn't know what the hell you're talking about. And then you sort of show him how to. You show him like the training dummy is an enemy, and you attack it and that kind of stuff. And then he awkwardly like steps up and helps out by like kind of biting it and then tugging on it and whipping his head left and right and sort of like, you know.
Oh my goodness.
Playfully, but then like realizes like through your demeanor that it is like meant to be treated as a little more seriously. So he does go at it a little more. Uses his claws a bit and like really bites into these things and tears pieces off of it. And at one point, one of the other guards walks over and asks if you need any help, and you look over and you see Mora hanging from one of the arms of the dummy, just kind of dangling there by his mouth, going, and he sort of says, "You seem to know what you're doing. I'll leave you be," and walks away. So you guys spend a few hours doing these things. Practicing the different things, honing in on different tasks, performing different tasks. After a few hours pass, it gets to probably close to midday. What would you guys like to do? Anything else you want to do with your day, or would you like to spend the rest of the day doing what it is that you're doing?
Oh, I've been wondering. Is there some sort of museum around here?
There is, yeah. In Seria, and I believe there is one in Windmere as well. They have various old artifacts and things of note. Stuff like a flag from one of the great battles, from one of Vaskyr's sort of generals. It was a battle that happened many years ago where they fought off gnolls from the forest to the south of Vaskyr, and they managed to win, but their main general sacrificed himself. They have like his flag in there that he carried into battle. All kinds of relics from different wars and battles and things like that. Things that have been dug up from sunken ships and ruins.
Do you like have also art and stuff?
They do, yes.
Are you planning to steal it?
No, I'm planning
my
on
God.
seeing if I can sell him the painting I got.
Oh. Oh,
Okay.
right, the one I gave you.
Yeah, the one you gave me, because I mean, I don't really. There's not really any use for it. It's a painting.
I mean, yeah, it's just selling.
Or actually, can I inspect the painting to see if there's anything special with it?
Roll an
Like-
investigation check.
It's like a fucking cursed painting. His eyes like fucking start falling out of its sockets after he looks at it.
It's just a portrait of Yuri.
No, it's Monica. It's only Monica.
Only Monica.
Only Monica.
Only
Jesus.
I heard money cat.
So,
Monica. Monica.
that's not a curse. That's a blessed image. What are you talking
If
about?
it was a money cat, I would have framed it and kept it.
Yeah.
If it's a picture of Monica, you're like, no.
No, no.
Oh, significantly less good.
I'd toss it in the ocean.
Yes. So,
And hanging on your wall next to Sayori.
No.
oh god.
Hang it to the ceiling. Anyway, what were you gonna say?
It took Nick a moment.
Jesus Christ.
Uh,
Right. So, the painting is of a ship at sea, I believe.
I believe so. I think I put the description in my... Yes.
All right. So you bring it into the museum and speak with one of the curators there, and you show him this this painting that you have. You unfurl it, and he gives it a close inspection, and he sort of steps away a moment and sort of excuses himself and walks into a back room. You can see him go in there, and you're kind of left waiting there for a good 5-10 minutes. In the lobby, various townsfolk are sort of walking by and looking at all the art, and then they sort of look at you out of place. Are you in your sort of merchant's
Yes, I learned my lesson.
get up? Yeah. Yep. I figured as much. The twins. But
Yes.
you...
I don't even think even if you had your merchant gear on, they probably still be kind of like, get out of here, you fucking scrub.
yeah, so they see you standing there in your merchant gear, and you hear a couple of them whisper to each other, like, "Ooh, I wonder what he's here for. It's probably something really important." But the curator comes back out with a rather rotund human behind him, with a sort of slicked black hair that looks almost like a small patch atop his rather large head. Quite a bulbous sort of man, walking out in sort of fine clothing. And he walks out and leans over the painting and gives it a good look over. And he leans down and whispers something into the ear of the curator. The curator says, "Yes, this is a piece from an artist who sadly passed away roughly 40 years ago. He lived in Chalator, south of the Evergreen Mountains. We would be happy to offer 550 gold for the painting."
What'd 600 do?
Should have kept it, Lacey.
What was that? Sorry.
Would
I
600
was
be
thinking-
okay?
Would 600 be okay?
Yes.
Roll a persuasion check.
Man!
Nope.
See, I ran out of luck with my
Now you owe
persuasion.
him money.
200. No.
I mean, it was bound to happen at some point.
It's 550 gold. I'm afraid is the price that the museum's patron would be happy to pay.
Oh, that's all. That's all good with me.
All right. Well, and you see the big fat man snap his fingers and wave, and you see one of the guards in the museum nods and then walks into that back room we saw him come out of. He's in there for about 10 minutes before he comes out with a bag that's tied off with the crest of the museum printed on the bag itself, and hands it to the curator, who then hands it over to you in exchange for the painting.
It's been a pleasure doing business with you.
Indeed, and if you do find any more pieces of this nature, please by all means bring it forward to us, and we'd be happy to inspect it and make an offer.
I'll make sure to keep this in mind.
Very good, very good. And they bid you a good day, and the large fat man sort of waddles back into the back room there.
Good. Today was a good day.
Yes. So 550 gold you can add to your...
I'm gonna do the math.
Yes,
All right, 738.
The
Gunther's
worst
getting
thing.
dinner for everyone tonight.
for real. Boy, you paying?
Are you taking us
Um,
to Starbucks?
No,
No, he's taking us to Cheesecake Factory tonight.
no.
Ooh.
Goes to McDonald's with the kids and orders one black coffee.
I'm gonna remove the painting from my inventory.
The one thing from on the McDonald's menu that children would not have. Straight savage. Yes, so with that out of the way, what would Lazira like to do? Are you still going to be in the library? Or?
Actually, I'm going to type it to you.
Alrighty. While that's happening, what would Faye like to do? Are you just going to spend the day with Moro doing your exercises, getting a routine going?
Yeah, I think I'm also going to kind of practice throwing the daggers as well. I mean, I just got a bunch of them.
Alrighty. So you work together with Moro, learning your skills and how to use different things. You practice throwing some of the knives, which has varying degrees of success. But the more you practice with them and try different things, different techniques, you see one of the other sort of the guards there in the guild who's also throwing knives, and you sort of watch his stance and the way that he holds them by the tip of the dagger and throws them. It kind of makes more sense, and you try that out, and it seems to work a lot better, and you keep practicing for the rest of the day and honing that craft, that sort of art form of throwing daggers at a target. The more you practice, the more accurate you seem to get. And Moro continues chewing away at one of the other dummies.
Good.
Good
He's
boy.
doing his best. He sort of sees you working away and trying and practicing, and he's like, me too. And he's, doing his thing. He's like, look, I'm helping.
Baby.
Yes. A couple of times he sees you sort of throwing daggers at, now that he's working on one target and you're working on a different one. He tries to sort of go for that one, and you have to stop yourself from throwing one of the daggers just in case, because he's going to jump in the way. But at one point he sort of pulls one of the daggers out of the target that you're working on. After he sort of roughs the target around a bit, one of them falls out and he picks it up and returns it to you. So while this is going on, what is Dai gonna do?
I think now I'm going to be a nerd and go to the library
Alrighty.
and just probably read up on all my potion making stuff.
Yes.
We've
Alrighty.
had some bad experiences with that, and we need to get better at it.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna study for the rest of the
Alrighty.
day.
Okay. So, I'll just quickly over to your sheet here. I'm gonna bump up your apothecary skill by 1 as you sort of do your studies and practice. In your mind, practice different things. You doubt that they would allow you to pull out like a potion making kit like a herbalism kit in the middle of the library, set it up on one of the tables, start brewing shit to see what happens. Like you start like looking up the effects of different herbs and different poisons and looking up antidotes for different things.
Nice.
All right, so that would be the the rest of the day.
Yeah, me. That's what I'm doing. I don't know if.
Everyone else happy to continue with their current things for the rest of the day there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Yeah, we do a thing. Okay. You guys retire to the barracks for the evening. And while you're there, you see the leader from Alpha is there, sort of packing away some of his gear to get ready for the trip, and he's sort of donning the warmer outfits. He's preparing them for the next day, getting them all laid out. And he informs you that we'll be leaving first thing in the morning, come sunrise, and we should arrive at the monastery where they've agreed to let us sleep there for the night. We should arrive there by evening, late evening.
Nice.
Sounds good.
Cool.
Sounds alright.
Alrighty.
Sure, y'all got your mittens.
Yep.
The tail mittens.
Tail mitten.
Lysiris actually turns to the party and says, I can't sleep here tonight. If you need me, I'll be in the tavern."
Oh, right.
Whatever floats your boat.
Mm-hmm.
Is she worried because of like the situation with the dudes that were totally down to sleep with her? I would feel really uncomfortable too.
Yeah.
She doesn't look that interested in talking about it.
All right.
Alrighty. So Lazira heads off to the inn where she finds herself a room for a couple of gold.
Yep.
And you guys sleep for the night and get ready for the morning. Is there anything else you would like to do before you leave?
Not
Mm-hmm.
as far as I remember.
Mm-mm.
I think we're good.
Okay. So first thing in the morning, you guys have a meal prepared by the finest cooks at the Guild and Inn. It's essentially slop, but you make do. And
Like I said, finest.
yeah,
Could have been worse.
yeah. But it's full of proteins and the like, so it's enough to get you by. You think it's more of a meal made for function more so than flavor.
Makes sense, I guess.
Yeah. The gritty sort of gruel that they feed.
Oh god.
And you guys meet up with the rest of the teams and with the caravan make your way up toward the monastery. You stick to the beachfront sort of pathway that leads up in that direction before it does get entirely consumed by sand. And continue to make your way up. You go for most of the day until late afternoon. By the time you reach the mountainside, at this point, it's just lush greenery running up the mountain to your left, and to your right, the beach leading out into the ocean. You can see land masses way in the distance. And as you continue on horseback, getting closer to the monastery, you come upon it and you see these large stone walls that are around the lower edge, stone and wood. You can tell that it's mostly been carved of the jungle around it. The forest going up the mountainside, you can tell that it's been taken from those woods and worked into the the place that you see before you. There's a large ornate-looking gate in front of you when you arrive at the wall.
Reminds me of Avatar.
It does actually kind of remind me of Avatar.
Oh, I mean, monks. Monks are kind of Avatar's shit. Is monks? Everyone's monks.
Monks gotta be Avatar.
Yeah. So you enter the large gate. Once they see the colors that the guards are wearing, they open the gates up for you, and you see two men in robes, sort of an orangish sort of color to the robes with a yellow sash. They each bow as you all enter through the main gate, and make your way toward the stone steps. You see various, usually in groups of 2 or 3, monks are walking around speaking with one another and walking along the beachfront, all of them barefoot, and you can see them sort of enjoying the feeling of the sand beneath their toes and beneath their feet, between their toes and stuff. Very much not a place for Anakins. And you... As you continue up the stone staircase, the sun is quite setting now. You see to your left, you see all the forest and jungle that runs up the side of the mountain, and to your right, various entrances built of stone and built of sort of wood and thatch, rather. Entrances that lead into huts and living quarters, dormitories for the monks. You pass through a big stone archway, lit by torchlight. You can see the monks sort of walking around and using a torch to light each other torch. As you pass, all of them stop what they're doing and give you a small bow. Continuing to make your way up the stonework pathways, you find various little stalls and things where you can see they've set up a place to sort of trade, whether it be incense or varying cloths and silks. Some of them have food and the like. They're sort of trading with one another, swapping goods for goods in this area just up the steps there.
I'm not going to make much money here, am I?
Probably not. You observing everything around you, you assume that the monks here are not ones of great material wealth. Like they don't seem to have a lot of coin, and that doesn't really seem to be something that interests them a whole lot. It's just sort of getting by and community that they sort of thrive off. As you're going up, as you reach the top of these and begin to turn right, to your left, across some of the trees and rooftops, you can see what appears to be some sort of bonfire that's burning, and a pillar of smoke is rising up into the sky. As you look up and follow the trail of that smoke into the sky, you can see 2 more pillars closer to the main structure that are billowing up into the air. A monk leads you and the rest of your caravan ahead over these wooden bridges made of planks and thatch all tied together. Going over them at first, they almost seem quite unstable, and it's kind of worrisome that you're moving over them with a caravan, but the monks don't seem concerned in the least. Cautiously, all of you pass over these bridges, but they seem to hold together quite well. You can see to your left as you go around this circular building at the center. There are windows leading inside, and you can see light coming out of the windows. You can see that it's kind of a bathhouse in there.
Is this the onsen episode we've been talking about?
It could be. Inside the bathhouse, you can see they don't seem to have like a boarded off split thing. It seems to be like a unigender thing. So you pass over these bridges to the northernmost side, where they have a garden laid out here. They have sand that's been raked and neatened out. And there's various trees that are growing in places that you wouldn't expect them to be able to grow. These trees look like more so trees that would require a lot of nourishment and really rich soil to be able to grow, but they seem to be growing out of the sand in the garden. There are various stones around that you can see one monk who is there's a rake laying beside him, and he's sitting on one of the stones, cross-legged and meditating. It's at this point over the arching bridge where you see the waterfall flowing beneath it, coming out of the main building of the monastery. The water flows beneath and crashes down and flows out into the ocean. This is where the wood bridge and the arched stone bridge sort of pass over. And the monk stops you at the entrance to the arching bridge and tells you all to wait here a moment as he progresses on ahead. Is there anything you'd like to do while you're waiting here?
Please behave.
Yeah.
I'll play the lute.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
I bet you can set this bridge on fire.
I mean, I'm waiting. Wait, what?
I said, I bet you I can set this bridge on fire.
Please don't.
Don't do that.
I actually would like to get like Vaskyr and like, One Piece.
Oh,
Wow!
Congrats,
Oh,
everyone!
no.
You're not gonna enjoy this one.
Oh no.
Aw.
Feeling the new setting, Gunther attempts to try a new tune. On his
Actually, can I
lute.
help him with that?
Oh no.
You sure can. How are you gonna help him?
I'm gonna try to help him by singing.
Oh my god. Beautiful. Alright, so you begin playing a tune that's more of a foreign tune, shall we say. One that sort of is more fitting of the monks, you feel, and the way they have everything set out here. You try and play it as a peaceful tune, but it comes out kind of disjointed and unnatural. The monk who's meditating behind you guys opens his eyes and peers up at all of you. And Lazira begins to sing, or at least attempt to the tune that she's been provided. She doesn't have a great deal to work with, but she's doing her best.
Oh man.
And you kind of try to make up the words as you go, and it's not exactly 100% fitting to the tune that you're being given to work with. I'll get Diana and Faye to roll a perception check real quick.
Oh boy. Okay.
All right.
Oh.
Both of you see the monk who was sitting on the stone and meditating. He stands up and brushes himself off, picks up his rake, and continues raking the sand in the garden into neat patterns. And Diana, you hear him sort of sigh to himself. Like the wind must have carried it in just such a way toward you that you hear him sigh to himself. And he's fucking tourists.
Oh jeez.
Okay.
Oh goodness. Yeah.
We're gonna be famous someday. We're gonna be known as the Rogues.
Yes.
Oh no.
The Rogues.
I need to lay
Here's our
down.
new Christmas album, Jingle Bitches. So after probably about 20 minutes passes, you see that monk come back over the bridge. And he says, we have made accommodations for you in our northernmost cabins off the temple grounds. You are also free to explore the monastery and enjoy the bathhouse. Feel free to take part in our traditions and view some of the things that we do. If you wish to partake, then you are more than welcome to do so. I would suggest that you be careful in the area you're about to enter. There is a bit of a hazard here. Just watch your step. And he turns around and continues walking forward.
What kind of hazard?
What kind of hazard?
Yeah.
As you follow him over the bridge, you can see in this central area above the bathhouse is what looks like a circular pit with a pathway over the top leading to a central sort of column of stone that's sitting there as a platform. There are various monks you can see standing in a circle around the edge of it. And in the center, there are two monks who are sparring, it appears to be what they're doing. The pit around them seems to be just fire. Like the drop off from the central platform and the pathways leads down into burning coals that are burning upwards with fire. It looks about like a 5-foot drop into that pit. So if you fall in there, you're gonna get all burned up.
Oh, shit.
Hardcore.
Yeah,
I mean,
they seem
you
to be
guys-
sparring over there and working up a sweat, and you can see there seems to be in the central platform. There also seems to be a small ring in the center, probably about 2 or 3 feet. This the diameter of this this circle in the middle. That seems to be a glowing, glassy, almost orb built into the ground. That's casting up light onto them. It seems to be reflecting the fire beneath up into them, refracting, the fire beneath up into them and giving them enough light to work with. Also, it casts shadow in different areas as the fire around them and the light from the center flickers, and you get the sense that this sort of gives them a little more challenge with the fighting. It gives like an optical illusion that they have to try and work around. The monks around the edges are sort of standing there patiently watching the two of them spar in combat. They seem very dexterous as they fight. You can see them sort of making these kicks that you understand why they aren't wearing armor, why they're just wearing sort of cloth, because like some of these kicks that they're doing, these high kicks that they bring up over the top of the other person's head, their legs lining up in a perfectly straight line and bringing their heel down, and the other one blocking it with their hands, and all kinds of crazy stuff. It happens real fast. It's very entertaining to watch. So as you continue up the stairway to the main hall, you enter a courtyard. You guys have left the caravan, by the way, I should mention, with the horses. You've left them down near the beachfront. They have a small area where the horses can all stay. And the rest of the journey up you've made on foot, because trying to get a caravan upstairs, surprise, fucking challenging.
Jeez.
So you continue up the staircase. It doesn't seem it at first glance, but once you get up to the top, you find yourselves almost out of breath. Like the steps were quite steep compared to what you're used to, and wearing the gear that you're wearing, the sort of heavy gear and the winter outfits and stuff, getting prepared for further up north. It was quite exhausting getting up that set of stairs. Once you get to the top, there's an open courtyard where the large monastery building is standing there with large columns on either side of it, a large burning bonfire at the top of each. Flags are drifting in the wind. They look like they would reach the ground and lay slack on the ground if it wasn't quite as breezy as it is up here, but it almost looks like they've been worn down at the bottom from where they've been touching the ground as the wind dies down. Expecting someone to see someone giving the prince a piggyback ride. He actually made his own way up there. Roll a perception check for me, Di, since you pointed it out.
Oh.
So, Disman's right here. Like he's trying to put on a face like, oh yeah, that was nothing. But you can see he's all out of breath. He's sweaty. He's clammy. He's just a fucking disaster right now. Like he's trying to keep his shit together, but he wants to like drop to his knees and collapse. Like his legs are a little shaky as he walks beside you guys, but he's trying to sort of he's carrying himself, trying to make himself look like he's not affected by it. But yeah, your boy's having struggle city right now.
I'll give
as
him a
you're
pat
in
on
the-
the back.
He like fucking
So you
instantly
give him-
falls in the face on the ground.
Roll a strength check real quick.
A what?
Oh no.
A strength check.
Oh no!
Fucking Di accidentally pushes him into that pit of fire.
Excellent. So you as you get to the top of the stairs and you're sort of you can see him sort of like trying real hard to keep his breath, and you give him a pat on the back, and this sort of collision with his back is not something his legs were ready for, and he sort of stumbles forward a bit and almost falls down.
Oh no!
Di, quit bullying the children.
You're gonna get the guards on our bad side.
Me too.
Like, you know, they are throwing a dinner in our honor and are going to like reward us very handsomely. The last thing we want to do is like, you know, kill the prince.
I was being nice.
It wasn't anywhere near the fire pit. You're up in this large courtyard right now in the center of the large monastery building. And off to your left, you can see a torchlit stairway that leads down to some sort of communal area where there's another bonfire going. And off to your right, you can see various huts that are on really large stilts. They have these wooden bridges and pathways that lead into one another in a strange entanglement of bridges and the like. You can see ahead of you there's a small stairway that leads up to the front entrance of the monastery, where they have two braziers burning away in front of the doorway. You get the sense that the monastery itself is where many of them, the higher up sort of monks, tend to stay, and the ones that are sort of running the show here tend to stay there. But the monk who was guiding you up there leads you over to the huts to your right. And he says, the prince and his guard are going to be staying in the monastery. We have rooms prepared for them. You guys, each of you gets your own hut over here to the side.
Ooh.
This was pre-organized by us from the prince mere days ago. He sent word that this was to be the case, and we've prepared your accommodations accordingly. And he bows to all of you and wishes you a pleasant evening, and says if any of you require anything from any of us here, ask and approach any of the monks and ask for anything that you may require, and we will do our best to please you. And he bows again and backs away and walks off.